We are doing a live star.
Yes. Hi, you guys.
Star. We need some light. There's not enough light in here.
I can't wait to get that.
We need some more light. You know what? This light is dying, so it's not as bright as I would like it. Not as bright as I would like it. From this way. Oh yeah, hold it from that way, Star. Hold it from that way. Do more light this way.
I wanna
Let me
finish
over
writing
here.
in my planner.
Well, right over there. I'm gonna be talking. Hello. Oh, Ryan, what am I doing? Ryan, what are you doing? Shawnee. Oh, hi, Shawnee. I can't wait for our call tomorrow. Send me some hearts and let me know that you had an amazing week and that you got some stuff done. We have some contracts to talk about and all that stuff. So just finished our strategy session with Miss Star, and she was becoming a bit overwhelmed. I could see it in her face because it's a lot of information to consume in a very short amount of time. And one of the strategies that I use with just about anything is write it down. No matter how big or how small, write it down. Because when you write it down and you cross it off, you really see how much stuff you're doing. The biggest problem people have is they don't write down the little stuff. Do you know the difference in an A student and a B student? A B student and a C student is like 15, maybe 20 minutes more of studying. The same with people who are successful in business. They just do a little bit more than the other person, and that little advantage each time does what? Gives them an edge, gives them a nudge, and every time you get an edge or a nudge over your competition, that puts you in position. So we talked through her marketing plan, how she was going to roll out her marketing plan, what her days would look like, how many people needed to be involved, how many times she needed to do it, how many days a week she needed to do it. Marketing is not something that you do once. Marketing is an ongoing process for your business. People think that you can just put up a billboard and it just happens. I've got 25 bus shelters in the city of Atlanta right now. 25 throughout the city. I've got maybe 10 buses that roll the streets of Atlanta right now. If you go inside about 7 train stations, I've got some piece of marketing material there. Some of that stuff has been up for 3 months. Some of it has been up for 6 months. Some of it's been up for a year. But it was an ongoing process, and I couldn't stop marketing because marketing is for brand of your business. You know what I mean? It's not one of those situations that you get to decide, oh, I want to spend money today and I don't want to do the other stuff. You can't not spend money on billboards and not pass out flyers. You have to do something. You have to do something. You have to, if your phone's not ringing, there's a reason why your phone isn't ringing, because nobody knows you exist. People don't just show up and say, hey, I want to get my weave done today because I just built a store. No, we've been in business for 7 years and I still have to market. I've been on a national television show and I still have to market. Like, we still have days that we can be slow. We passed by a salon today. The girl has almost 1 million followers on Instagram. The salon was empty. One person in there. Yeah. That is what happens because marketing is something you have to connect with people on a continuous basis. You have to stay top of mind to people on a continuous basis. You have to push traffic to your stores. And if something is not working, you've got to figure out what's not working and go to the people. You've got to... Oh, you saw my Keller Williams ad in Midtown earlier. You should have snapped a picture and sent it to me. Thank you. Send me a client. Send me a closing. I got a closing this week. Praise be to Jesus. But I market all of my businesses and I market all of my brands, and I'm the face of my brand for one specific reason. Because if I rise or fall, I have nobody to applaud or anybody to blame but me. I can't blame staff because they didn't do it right. I have to blame myself, and I have to look in the mirror and say, what didn't I do or what could I have done better? So today we visited a new store that I'm going to be absorbing, and we have a complete rollout marketing campaign that we'll be doing for that. But the reason I know how to market this store differently is because I never took advantage of the schools in the way that I should have when I was at my Northside Drive store. We marketed a little to the schools, but not a lot. This time we are going to basically do a takeover for the schools. We have a new football stadium that tailgate every single week for something. We're going to have our own tailgating section. You have to make yourself a part of the community, and it's something that the girls will enjoy. It creates a community feel for them. It gives them something fun to do, and they get to be a part of, and they get to pop and bop and be at other people's station and get their twerk on. I don't have to be there. They'll have a great time. That's the business expense for me. But it's a creative way to be in front of people without spending a lot of money. You can get 5,000 flyers. How much you pay for flyers?
$236.
$236 for 5,000 flyers. So that's about what, 5 cents, 10 cents? Divide 236 by 5,000. 236 divided by 5,000. This is your return on investment for print marketing. So anything that's a flyer, anything like that, you are going to get a 1% return. So if you pass out 5,000 flyers, 5 cents. So that marketing material cost her 5 cents. Each customer, she should get a minimum of $80 per person. That's our average ticket for just services. So $80 with a 1% return, meaning 1% of the people come into her store and get a service. That's $4,000. That's a pretty good return on investment. She doesn't have to go rent a booth. All she has to do is get out in the field with some t-shirts that she's probably going to pay $10 a piece for. Get about 10 people, friends, family, whoever, and you guys get out there and do it. But that is how on-the-ground marketing works, and that is what it takes, because marketing never stops. People think they are way more important and way more popular than they are. I never assume that people know who I am. Like, who am I? Like, you don't know me. I'm not that important to a lot of people. I'm important to the people I'm important to, but for the vast majority of people, they don't have to know me. They may know my face, but they don't know exactly what it is that I do. The only reason they know my face is because I'm on buses, and I spend money for that. They don't put me on those buses for free. That means what? I'm investing in my brand. My brand is who? Me. Because no matter what business I go to, I should be able to what? Transfer that. Every client I get from the salon is a potential real estate closing. That's a potential insurance client. I don't even talk about my insurance. I don't know if you guys even know. I sell life insurance. I sell health insurance. I've had an insurance license for almost 10 years. I get a check from every insurance company that we write for. I get paid on policies I wrote 10 years ago. Why? Because it makes sense I already have the base of people. This was before Instagram and Facebook. We always been popping. Hope to see Prettier Walkers be present at our homecoming next month. Oh, I will. Oh my God, we're doing something. I just told her we're doing something big we are planning our grand opening around Spellhouse Homecoming. So we're going to do Market Fridays. We're going to do Market Fridays every week, every Friday for every weekend in October. And I'm going to be doing a lecture series at Spelman in October. And it's about the importance of entrepreneurship, even with a degree, and why going to college is still important. And don't ever forget it. So education is important. They can't ever take that away from you. If you want to be an entrepreneur, these are times that you still need a degree. Those ages from 17 to 22, you can never get that back. You can't go back and relearn that. That's a very delicate time for a young person. And I want to teach young people how to communicate with each other and how to be a boss in real life and not just on Instagram, but how they can use their degree to do that. So that's going to be my lecture series at Spelman. So I'm super excited about that. Thank you, Miss Kelly Beatty, for making that happen for me. I would love to do something at Clark Atlanta. Make sure you guys invite me. Invite me while I'm still free for colleges, because next year the girl won't be. But I'm very excited to always help young people when it comes to business. I was able to start a business in my dorm room. I was able to pay my way through college, not stripping, but stitching. Yes, put that down. Not stripping, but stitching. Oh my God, that just came to me.
You are full of ideas all day.
Yes, not stripping, but stitching. Put that down, Star. Not stripping, but stitching, and no shade to strippers, okay? Because listen, I'm not here to judge it. I'm just saying I couldn't do it. I don't like smoke. I don't like strangers. I like personal space. Look here. That was a moment. Wasn't that a moment?
This is 614 today.
But what did I say? Don't forget.
Not stripping, but stitching.
Yeah, not stripping, but stitching. So yeah, I was able to pay my way through college, and it was a whole moment. But I thank God for it. So, Star, please tell them about your experience and what you would like to. What did you take from your experience in Atlanta this week? And this was her first time ever coming to Atlanta.
My first time. You guys who do not know, Maya has been.
Can you get yourself? We'll switch spaces. We're switching spaces.
She helped me fix my hair today too.
Girl, they had did her old nasty triple triple track at that top. I was like, star.
Oh, and it was bugging the heck out of me.
Girl, we got that together. And got some more layers. Whoever
Yes.
did stars here, honey, we need to have a cutting class for you because the girl cannot cut. And her track placement is off.
Yes.
The track placement is double Dutch bucks.
Yes.
But
and charge me full price.
Stitching, I'm here for that. Yes, I'm gonna make me a t-shirt out of that. I'm gonna teach the girls how to pay their way through schools stitching. But okay, what was your experience, Star?
So for you guys that don't know, Maya has been my coach for 1 year.
Has it been a solid year yet?
Yeah.
It's been a solid year?
It's been a solid year.
Okay, excuse me, I have to go get me a glass of shampoo. I'm worn out, but go ahead.
So she's been my coach for 1 year, and when I tell you guys, it has been an experience, and it has been an eye-opening experience. And when she became my coach, I had like $150, and I spent it on a coaching call with her. It was my last $150 too. Yes, I didn't have any money at all. Yes, it was my last $150. Yes, it was the best investment because now we're at $120,000 this year. But anyways, but with Maya being my coach, and this is not like me trying to plug her coaching, I'm just telling you about my experience. She gives me like this truth serum, you know what I mean? Where she makes me write things down. She makes me really look at the true picture on what the situation is and not what I'm trying to tell myself what it is, because numbers don't lie. And she teaches me on how to hold myself accountable, if that makes sense. So for this weekend was my first time meeting her in person. And when I tell you that she comes off as so like hard and bossy, and it is what it is. It's like, this is how it is and this is how you're going to be. But when I tell you guys, this is one of the sweetest ladies.
I'm not that sweet. I'm not that sweet.
She's one of the sweetest people that I've
I'm
ever
not
met.
that sweet.
She is the sweetest person. But you know, she's also one of the people that have made me cry because I just didn't want to face reality with some things. And if I didn't have someone to put my feet to the fire,
Gotta face it.
yes,
Gotta face it.
I would not be able to be in a position that I am in today. I'm not even gonna lie, like I have a great support system, I have a great husband, you know, love the Lord, but you have to have somebody that is on the outside looking in, and they're going to tell you the truth. And this weekend, she taught me about being graceful as a lady. It went beyond business. You get what I'm saying? She taught me how to, you know,
be a good house guest.
Be a good house
Yes,
guest. I mean, I'm not a bad house
This
guest.
girl asked me, do you have some Q-tips and floss? Girl, this is not a hotel. Like, what are you talking about? You better make do with what you got down there.
Yes. So,
mind you, it's almost 11 o'clock and I'm exhausted. I'm like, we just passed 5 stores. Girl, what are you doing? I was like, no, Star.
she was
There's
like,
something in my eye. I figure it out. Like, and then I felt better.
but then guess what she did?
Something.
She got me the Q-tips and the floss stomping. I was so happy. But listen, I can only tell you my experiences with having a coach, even if it's not Maya, say you want to do with somebody else.
Don't really call me anyway, because I'm not really taking any more coaching clients, so it doesn't even matter. But find you somebody who has receipts to back up their stuff. And when I say receipts, that doesn't mean that they just made a lot of money.
But that's the hardest thing too, though,
Yeah.
to find somebody that has actual receipts. Because
Yes, you can. All you gotta do is Google them. You can see what kind of businesses they have.
Yes, but I have purchased coaching from other people, and no shade to them. They give you a whole lot of rah, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. But for somebody that can actually say, I did this and this did not work, or what you're doing is wrong, is totally different. I personally don't need someone to inspire me. You get what I'm saying? Because I could go on Instagram and read a whole bunch of inspirational quotes and inspire myself.
Inspirational books.
Yes. Like, I could watch a video. I could read the Bible to be inspired.
Yes, read the Bible and get a word in for your inspiration and let him do it.
Yes.
Let him use you.
Because he will.
Because he will.
Yes, he will. But I'm not going to learn how to sell more bundles in the Bible. No. You get what I'm saying? Like, I wasted about Oh man, how much did I spend?
I don't know how much you went.
Like maybe about 7,000 on just.
Yes, 7.
On
Yep.
about 7,000,
That's
and then
7.
I got scammed out of another, or altogether 8, and then 6. Well, about 13,000.
Yes, 13,000.
But I didn't. Yes.
But you'll never make the best lesson is a bought lesson though. So whenever you lose money in situations, use it as a teachable moment because that $13,000 you lost did what? It made you pivot.
Mm-hmm.
And it made you increase your numbers. It made
Yes,
you increase
it
your
did.
discipline. And if you had not had that loss, you would not have had that. So every loss is not a loss. There is a difference.
Mm-hmm.
Some losses will lead you to victory, and that's a word right there.
Yes, it is. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Where's the
Won't he
where's
do
the
it?
offering?
Won't he do it?
Listen.
This is Maja Sly Ministries right now. If you turn water to wine, and I'm gonna drink it.
But I called Maya about it, and what she did was, and I appreciate it. She said, "Listen, okay, you did that. You won't do it again. Don't beat yourself up about it. And how we gonna make this situation better? What you gonna do? Your next move is gonna be your best move." That's what you told me when I called you and I lost my job.
Yeah, next move, your best move.
I lost my job.
Yeah.
Right before I started like really diving into trying to sell hair. She was like, "Listen, this could be the best thing for you. Or you could really waddle and go find another job, but your next move is gonna be your best move." And when I tell you, okay, that
She had a 20 bundle a week goal. That was her goal, to sell 20 bundles a week. And within maybe 2 months, you were selling 20 bundles a day.
I sold that amount while I was here.
Yes, honey, she sold it while she was sitting. I don't know how many did I sell today. Let me get off my phone so I can see my numbers. Let me check my stats. So you can't pour from an empty cup. I need to make sure my sales were lit today. Litty boots.
But she was right though. My next move was my best move. And you know what?
If you had not lost that job, you would not be here today.
I surely
You would
wouldn't.
have still been going to that job and still trying to figure out how to sell hair on the side.
Yes, and let me tell you, my first response was, I should go find another job. But I said, if someone who's been there and done that and is somewhere where I want to be, okay, let me see where this advice is going to take me.
She had nothing to lose. She had nothing to lose. She had everything to gain. So quit trying to play it safe. Always trying to play it safe. You always need a safety net. You always need a guarantee. People who need guarantees don't go anywhere in life. And I promise you that. People who need a guarantee work for 30 years, work for somebody else, get a pension, and live in a neighborhood that's right at par. That's what people who play it safe do. People who bet on themselves, have vacations, see the world, have experiences, have great friends, do a lot of things. People who play it safe, those are duds. Don't be a dud.
Don't be a dud.
Don't be a dud.
Another shirt?
Yeah. No, that's some lame. That's corny, Maya.
But honestly, all jokes aside, that is the biggest. God sets you back before he captivates you. Yes, this is true. But I'm going to tell you, one of the hardest things that I had to learn to do was still take the advice that I didn't want her to give me.
You can't piecemeal advice.
Right.
Okay?
I couldn't pick and choose what I wanted.
It's like the Bible. You want to decide which verses you want to abide by. Honor thy mother and thy father. Don't lie. Don't cheat. Don't steal.
Gluttony. Don't eat a lot.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, you want to pick the things you want to do. You want to be a Bible-toting, shouting church girl, but you want to be sleeping with somebody's husband. And that, thou shalt not commit adultery. What commandment is that? But who am I? So I'm just telling you this. Don't try to judge me for being a cursing Christian and you want to be somewhere thotting and bopping, in the back of the pews. Cut it out. So all that being said, you can't pick and choose what you want. Like our president right now, he wants to pick and choose what free speech looks like. Free speech means free for everybody. So even though I don't like what you say, I don't like what the KKK has to say. But they can think whatever they want to think. It's my grandmother used to say, it's not what they call you, it's what they answer to. So if they said an N-word to me, I would be looking around to figure out who they're talking to. Be like, where they at? Because I know you ain't talking to me. I know you're not talking to me.
Professional thug right here.
Yeah, because if you want to get with it, let's go. Because I got a pink lady. It is a 30-weight revolver. And I promise you I'm going to light it up when you get out of order with me. Man, woman, or child. Let a little boy try to carjack me if he wants to. I'm going to shoot the shit out of him.
Oh, yes. We were just talking about that today.
Yeah, it's so sad.
But you can't pick and choose. I had to learn this personally. I couldn't pick and choose what advice I took from her. And to be very to give you an example, I was going to get myself in a situation I thought was going to like benefit my company, and I called Maya. I said, "What do you think about this?" Now I thought she was gonna say, "Well, that's gonna be good. You should do that, etc." She's like, "If you do that, I'm gonna slap the heck out of you. Don't you do this?" And I was like, "Are you sure this is not gonna work for me?" Now this is what I tried to do. I tried to spin it a couple different ways to see if it still might have worked out for me. She was like,
it's
no.
the same thing. It's the same thing.
No.
You can't game a person who has game.
She's like, no.
You can't out slick a slick stir. Girl, I've been thinking for myself since I was 10. I've had my first business when I was 10. So you're gonna tell me what's gonna work? You go out there and do it and get skin alive if you want to.
Listen.
But don't come back to me wasting up my coaching time.
Listen, but how many people would have jumped at that?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like when I tell you, like from the outside looking in, it looked like a great opportunity.
It always looks great.
Right.
Everything that, what do they say? Everything that glimmers isn't gold.
Yep.
Everything that glimmers is not gold. So quit getting caught up in, I want a celebrity client. I want celebrities. You know what celebrities want to do? They don't want to pay for anything. Yep. They want everything for free. Mm-hmm. So I don't want celebrity. I want your everyday hardworking Jane Doe who knows that you have to pay for what you want. We're not giving anything for free. I don't need you posting nothing on Instagram for me, for some followers. I need a coin in my pocket and in my register because Uncle Sam does not get paid on likes.
Yeah,
okay?
yes.
So quit trying to get all these celebrity this and put your post. I have a client about 2 weeks ago and we went over her numbers and she would do posts on this really big blog. So just say if you posted on, if the Shade Room posted you or if Baller Alert posted you. And her product, the unit cost for her product was $20. And I asked her, what's the engagement? How many sales did you get from that? And she said 90. And I did the numbers. I was like, okay, so that means that the revenue was $1,800, right? The revenue was $1,800. I said, how much did you pay for the post? She said $1,050. I said, okay, so that means that there's $750 left. How much did you pay for the shirts? She said $10. I said, okay, so now you've lost $250. How much did you pay for shipping? She said $6. I said, okay, so now you've lost $700 because that's $450. She thought she made money on the post and she lost $700. Mm-hmm. She would have been better off
doing Facebook ads
and selling them herself one by one.
Yeah.
So I don't need to be in front of 1 million people if the 1 million people don't convert to what? A percentage of sales that makes sense. You need to know what your conversion rates are. I don't need to be posting a bunch of stuff just for people to be following me. My followers, if you follow me, you gotta like to read. Yes. So I'm a different type of person that you follow. I don't just post pictures. I'm on a full ministry most days. So if you follow me, you have to like to read. But one thing my followers do, I don't have a lot of followers. I may have 20,000 followers, but my followers will do what? Buy.
Yeah.
They buy from the girl. They support the girl. They want to see me win. We got a culture of winning around here.
Oh yes, and when I tell you guys,
we're winning around here. I believe in a check, and I'm not gonna let my ministry fall on deaf ears. So I will fire you before you fire me, honey. What's the person's name down there?
Oh, she's exactly. Don't need. Oh, state board professor. Don't need like I need clients who purchase. Learn the hard way. Instagram shoutouts are not worth the money. Yes.
Girl, your shout-outs ministry has gone and come. It's like having a celebrity endorse a product. They know they're being paid for that. So they don't believe that they're using the product anyway. Only a very small percentage of people even believe they're using the product.
Or those YouTube shout-outs and all. I learned the hard way. None of that.
They'll drag you both.
And they won't even do the videos the way you agreed upon. They get the hair or they get the product or whatever the case is and they do it the way they feel like doing it and then that's it.
Because there's no reason for them to do it. Why? Because they've already paid you. They've already paid you. So they're getting hair from 50 different companies.
Yep.
You don't even know what they have in that day.
Yep.
You don't know what they have in that day. So nobody believes that anymore. Instagram views only work for the person whose Instagram page it is, and that means what? They're selling something to you, not a product they're promoting for someone else. So I don't believe in that. What shout outs do for me, I don't pay for shout outs from people. I did a planner for one person, the 6-figure chick. She and I worked and collaborated on a planner last December. I didn't ask her to shout me out. Nothing. She paid me to do a job. I did the job. It was a private label deal. She reposted my video. It's the most organic situation that has ever happened. Huh?
Was you dancing?
With me dancing. I was excited about her getting her project. And she posted it. I had 250 inquiries within 48 hours. So many that I couldn't even respond to all those people. I had to just do a webinar to tell them this is what it is. So I have an automatic response now. I just copy and paste. This is what it is. So I'm not even going to get on the phone with you unless you're ready to spend this kind of money. Because I can't have 10-minute conversations with 200 people.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
and I do it all day.
Exactly. I don't talk on the phone for free.
Oh my.
I have to talk all day. Yesterday I talked so much. That's why I couldn't get Starhurt Q-tips. Because I was tired of talking. I couldn't even think. Like, you need your brain space. What did they say?
Well, somebody asked if you do coaching and mentoring.
Start answering that question.
So
what do I do?
She is not accepting coaching or mentoring. But aren't you gonna do mentoring?
I do coach. I'm doing some coaching, but I don't do any mentoring.
Oh no, she does not do mentoring. One, if you wanted her to be your mentor, she would have you crying. And two, you don't drive beg for what you say? Don't drive beg for mentors. You pay them. Mentors are free.
If you live in Atlanta, come do something for me. Come work in my store for a day. Come do my Instagram ads and Facebook ads and clear out my office, and then you can follow me for 2 days, and you'll be with me for 2 days. You'll learn more in 2 days, and you'll learn for 2 years.
That's true, because I learned a lot this weekend. You know,
we came up with 2 more business ideas for Star.
Oh my God, yes,
Chic
treats. Okay, somebody has a question. They're 16 years old. They said, I'm working towards a certain project, but I have a hard time focusing enough to add structure to these dreams. How do you learn to plan and most importantly execute? So then what you want to do is you want to do something, save some money, and schedule a coaching call.
She's 16?
Yep.
If you're 16, then you can DM me.
Oh, that's so sweet.
If she's 16. If you're 16.
You see how sweet she is?
If you're 16, I'm
you
not
see
going
what
to
I
talk to no grown woman. But if you're 16, you DM me and I'll talk to you for a few minutes. But you better have your plan in place and don't tell me what you want to do and you've been making D's and F's in school. So you call me when you're ready. And don't call me until you're ready. But DM me your information, and when you're ready, say, I'm the young lady that you said to call you. I want to execute on my dreams. If you're 16 and you even thinking about dreaming, who am I? Honey, I have an event next week and you can come with me and carry my bags and help me get around because my shoes and my feet are going to be hurting. And you can be with me all day on Saturday, and you can get your life because I'm going to be speaking at a festival for women, and it's a women's empowerment for 100 female entrepreneurs. And if you're 16 and you live in Atlanta, you need to be there because entrepreneurship is something that is in you. It's not something that you just come up one day and say, I just want to own my own business. It's in you already. It's innate. It's part of your DNA. I couldn't work for anybody. I'm unemployable.
You see how sweet she is?
I'm not sweet.
It's only for the 16-year-old for you guys that's going to be trying
16.
to DM.
Only 16.
Only the 16-year-old.
Only 16.
Let's
only
see.
16.
Whenever I see a celebrity post, I just scroll up. That's right. I need Maya to help me with my business. Does she do a mentoring program? I already answered that. And, okay. Yes.
So,
that's you guys.
I think we have answered all questions. It has been a live ministry today.
Yes.
Star, what did you love about Atlanta? What's your takeaway from Atlanta about our great city? Because I think it's the most amazing city in the entire world, not the United States. I think Atlanta is the best city in the world. I cheer up when I think about what an honor and a privilege it is for me to live here, for me to be here, for me to be able to live out my dreams and see things happen, be able to see the world from one city. We have the busiest airport in the world. I can get to halfway around the world in 8 hours and come back and not even have any jet lag. So it's an amazing city. It's an honor to live here. It's an honor to be able to be of service for this city, an honor to be able to show other women, Black women who look just like me from any town USA. People see me from all over the country because we have one of the biggest tourist attractions in the world here. We have the World of Coca-Cola. We have the Martin Luther King Center. We have the Civil Rights Museum. We have the Atlanta Arts. We have so many things here that we take for granted, that we just pass by every day. And sometimes I just have to take a step back and say, I used to come here when I was in high school and say, I want to live here. And I was able to move here at 24 years old, 23 years old, open my own business at 24 years old, and I never had to look back. This city gave me, the streets were paved with gold for me. They allowed me to live out every single thing I ever wanted to do. Never in life, when I was a kid, wanted to be on television. Couldn't sing, couldn't dance, and probably could have been an actress because I was so dramatic, but I was too afraid to move to LA because I didn't want to be broke. I didn't want to be a starving actress and didn't want to be on some producer's couch being a hoe. So, I decided to go to college and get an education. Who knew just being in business would land me on television? So this city is amazing. Yes. Anybody who tells you anything different, the highways and byways are open. They can move.
Yes, Atlanta is nice. I never see so many Black professionals And I mean, like, professional, establishments. Usually when I go into black establishments, they run down and etc. They don't market it, but in Atlanta, I seen that, and I called my husband and I was just so amazed. I was like, oh my goodness.
They go up in ATL, baby.
Yes, even the event we went to last night.
Oh, so we have one of my best friends, one of my really, really good close friends. Her best friend is running for mayor, and it's just, I'm like, the 1 degree of separation ministry here is just so on point. You just gotta, it's a blessing. Yeah, it's a blessing to be able to pick up the phone and call somebody, and they can make change for you just like that.
Yes, and when I tell you this is the one right here,
I don't know about all that, but I do know that we had some good experiences this weekend. Yes. What are you going to take back and apply besides your business when you get back?
Ooh.
You feel like you leveled up in your head?
I do. I do feel like I leveled up. And I also want to be more conscious about, like, the way I move, my body language, because being around so many eloquent women and graceful.
I mean, what is gracious girl? We're box too now. We're not that elegant. We know how to be elegant,
right?
But we're gonna. Mom was saying something last night, and my girlfriend looked. She thought Star was like 12. She was like, Maya. I was like, she's a grown woman. She's like, oh, I forgot, but she thought Star was so young.
Yes. Then when she realized I wasn't, then she became more relaxed. But, just so graceful and so professional and lovely, but also knew how to have a great time.
We don't have any stuffy cakes around here.
No stuffy.
No stuffy. Mm-mm. You're not going to come and everybody's going to be looking you up and down. Everybody is very clear about
nice.
Who they are.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And everyone
very
embraced
clear about
me.
Who they are.
It was a very nice
Did
experience.
you feel welcomed? You didn't feel out of place and felt like you had good. I'm glad. It's hard when you go. One of my girlfriends lives in D.C. and I visit with her and vacation with her girlfriends, and her friends have become my friends. And the older you get, you realize that, I used to hate that song, No New Friends, because if you don't meet new people and become friends with new people, it's very hard to elevate in life. And her friends, 7 years ago, I met all of them and I started vacationing with them. And this is a whole different group of people, and we would have never probably crossed paths in life if it weren't for one person. And I just adore them and love them, and they are just the sweetest. And they come to town without her, and they call me, and we kick. And it's never uncomfortable. Last night, my girlfriend, the Look by Joy, her and my best friend hugged as if they knew each other, because they feel like they do know each other because of I talk about each of them to each of them. But Joy and I have been vacationing together for 2 years, and they had never met. So, it's amazing when you see that women don't hate on each other, and women love each other and support each other and want to see each other win. And it's just, I could just tear up, because it's a blessing to be like that. Every woman is not out to get you. Every woman is not trying to be a mess. Mm-hmm. Every woman is not about foolishness. It's great to be in a city that everybody knows that there's enough, that we live in a world of abundance.
Yeah.
We live in a world of abundance. So that's what I have to say about Atlanta. And it's our election is coming up soon. And I want you guys to make sure you follow Keisha Lance Bottoms and follow her page, follow her
Very
movement.
Sweet.
If you knew her story and you
Very
saw she was a magistrate
almost had me
judge.
tear up.
She has an amazing story, and she's never shared that with people, but you think people just arrive at greatness. And if you knew everything she had gone through to be where she is today, and it's not just a story of woe is me and tragedy. These are things that happen in life, and you can either, stay on the ground or you can get up. And when you get up, you realize you might get knocked down a few times, but if you keep getting up, at some point, they're going to get tired of fighting you. They'll go find an easier target. That's the way I look at it.
Yes.
Okay. So,
yes, cut.
Yeah, we're done.
Yes, we're done.
Any more questions? Any more questions?
Maya, I'm 19 now, and I do Hair for Love hip hop cast.
Lovely hip hop. You got your celebrity cast that's not paying.
She said that's not paying. They don't pay for their hair.
No, I think the production company probably pays.
Oh, okay.
What did you say?
My daughter is 10. She wants to know, what business do you have at 10?
At 10 years old, I sold freeze cups and ice cream. And I sold that in my neighborhood. I lived in a housing project, and there was probably 400 units. So 400, the average person had 3 children. So that was 1,200 children minimum in the complex. So I sold ice cream and freeze cups for 10 cents. For the freeze cups and 25 cents for ice cream, but I did not make the money off of the ice cream and freeze cup, I learned how to scale a business and became a loan shark. So I was the only person in my household that they could borrow money from because nobody else knew how to manage their money. So my interest rate was 100%. That summer, I made $500, paid for my cheer camp, bought all my school clothes, and changed my life. So she can sell candy. She can sell anything that 10-year-olds use. So she already knows the audience. So why don't you invest in her and show her how to sell to the people that are right there, and they're going to support her. Sell to her church, sell at her little league games. Find something for her to sell and show her how to make some money and make her pay you back for the investment.
The girl says, no, production doesn't pay. This is separate. I get travel and experience new things and see more.
Oh, that's again. And at 19, you can't pay for, and I was just being curt. Seriously, like if you're 18, 19 years old, just to be in the room with a production that's a union is a blessing. Because most people can't even get in that circle. So if you had to work for them for free for 3 or 4 years, guess what? What else would you be doing? Mm-hmm. You couldn't learn that in college. You couldn't learn that in a college. But just make sure when you're in that environment that you're sucking up everything, you're applying it, and take the best of what you see and apply it. Leave the rest. The mess, don't get involved in it. Anything that's unprofessional, and don't get in your feelings. Mm-hmm. Don't be a person that's about feelings. Be a person that's about business, because that's what's going to follow you.
I'm hungry.
She's always hungry, so she's going to have to order her something, because I'm about to retire upstairs for the night. Going to watch me a good old 48 hours murder mystery. I have coaching calls half the day, and then I have a strategy session the rest of the day after I go get my lashes, because I'm ball-eyed right now.
All right, you guys.
That's amazing. So we have no more questions?
No. Yes, Long Shark. I sold Chico sticks. That's it.
Yes, Chico sticks from the Penny Candy Lady. Oh my God, I used to love a good old Chico stick. I could eat a Chico stick now if I see one at a store. I will tear that one all the way up. So you guys be amazing, nothing short of it, and wish Star nothing but blessings. No luck here. Luck is for chance and for people who don't prepare. She's going to be prepared, and she's going to execute. And if it doesn't happen, it's only going to be because that they didn't do what they needed to do, because the groundwork is already done.
Talk about me and my husband.
Yeah, the groundwork is already done. So the only person standing in their way is air and opportunity. That's it.
All right.
Bye.